Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham Rekakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. And the sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line and your lineage goes back to you being a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Hey, Shalom. It's your brother Halakia from the GMS Denver camp coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah with another lesson. And this lesson is going to be centered around the destruction that's ordained to befall America, man. So we're going to start right here in Isaiah 54 and 16. And it reads, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. That smith that the Most High has created is talking about these nuclear scientists, the ones the Most High gave the understanding of this technology to bring forth the weapons of his indignation, to bring forth the waster to destroy, which are the what? The nuclear missiles, man. You see? And the Most High has a purpose for these missiles, and this is why they're being created. Because what we know, we see all the things happening in the earth, and we know that we're on the brink of World War III fully popping off. That's why these nuclear warheads are being built. You see? And it tells us, Isaiah 9 and 5, that what? For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise, and garments rolled in blood, because the ancient battles were fought with what? Hand-to-hand combat, close quarters combat, sword and shield. You had to be up on your enemy to get rid of them, causing your garment to be rolled in blood. Perfect illustrations of this in movies like Braveheart, Troy, shows like Game of Thrones, Spartacus, so forth and so on. And also, even some of the modern movies like The Patriot or whatever showed how ancient battles were fought. You see? But how is this World War III going to be fought? It says what? But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. This is how World War III is going to be fought. Everything that we see happening going on in the Middle East, you see, which is being caused by those 1948ers, the least of the flock, it's all going to lead to nuclear war. And at the end of that, you see, well, in the midst of that, America is going to be completely engulfed in nuclear fire. Everything in this place is going to be burned up. And it's all laid out in biblical prophecy, man. And the prophets have been publishing this all throughout the earth, through this YouTube, man. And that time is very, very close. Let's get another one. Let's get what the Apostle Peter says, man. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. It says what? But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, out of nowhere to those who are not expecting it, which is the majority of the people of the world. You're not looking for the day of the Lord to come. That's why it's going to come as a thief in the night. It's going to catch you unawares. You see? Once again, because you people are not looking for it. Even a lot of these Israelites out here who know they're Israelites, they're not looking for the day of the Lord, and it's going to catch them as a thief in the night as well. But for us who are watching, you see, it's not going to be that way for us, because we're crying to the Lord to bring this to pass. We're crying to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah to bring the fire upon this place to destroy this wicked ass place known as America. You see, we're watching the events take place in the earth, understanding and knowing that these are the signs of the times that Yahweh Shah told us to look for. So it's not going to catch the men of the Lord as a thief in the night, but everyone else, you're going to get got, man. And what does it say? In the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up, and this is what's coming. The elements melting with fervent heat is talking about being melted by that nuclear fire, especially here in the land of America. Now you're going to have other places in the earth to get hit with nuclear missiles. Hey, the land of Israel, that is going to be completely destroyed, to be burned up, to be purified. You see, but once it finishes, we're going to gather the heathen up, you see, and march them off into that land to build up the kingdom of heaven on our behalf. But the land of America will never rise again. This land is going to become a complete desolation, as the Most High tells us in prophecy. No one will live in this land ever again once it's destroyed. The Most High is going to make an example out of this place, just like he did Sodom and Gomorrah before it. You see, as an everlasting memorial of what happened when you live wickedly, when you commit the abominable acts that's committed all throughout this land, all day, every day. That fire is coming as a punishment to the Edomite, the so-called white race first and foremost, and to you rebellious as 2/3, man. 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who refuse to repent, you're going to be caught up in that nuclear destruction as well. To be melted, to be burned up as a punishment from the Most High for your disobedience and rebellion. You see? This is what's coming. Now, I bring all that out because of this. This is an article from Newsweek, and it says what? Russia can destroy the U.S. in 1 hour, Putin ally brags. And guess what? That falls right in line with what the Most High says in prophecy. That this place known as America is going to be destroyed in 1 hour. You see? That's all it's going to take for the Most High to completely melt and destroy everything in this land. 1 hour. And that's the spirit that this guy said that. You see? So let's read this article. It says what? Russia will be able to destroy the U.S. in 1 hour. A prominent Kremlin propagandist has said in the latest bellicose threat from the country's state-controlled media as the war in Ukraine rages on. We are the only country in the world that can destroy the United States in 1 hour. And it's not just going to be Russia. You see, all the allies of Russia, even the allies of America, are going to play a part in destroying this place. You see, that's all prophecy, man. Let's show you real quick. Let's show you that what? Now, it will be Russia spearheading it, but it won't just be Russia. This is Ezekiel 38. Verse 2, it says what? We'll start at 1. And the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Now this is talking about the Russians. It says what? Verse 3 says what? And say, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Now why is the Most High against Russia? It's because they're Edomites as well. The Most High, he doesn't have any love for the Edomites, as it tells you. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Or Esau have I hated, but Jacob have I loved. The Most High has no love for the nation of Edom. He's just using them as instruments to fulfill his prophecies. And the reason that Russia has been set up is to spearhead the destruction of the land of America. You see? The Most High is against them as well. Verse 4 says what? I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. And that's turning them back into that war, putting that war-filled spirit in them. This is why you see Russia coming up with all type of weapons of war, especially the hypersonic nuclear missile, man. You see? That's going to be one of the catalysts of America being destroyed in 1 hour. Because now the Most High is giving these Russians that technology of creating hypersonic glide vehicles to where they can get a nuclear warhead from Russia to America in less than 15 minutes. That was all according to the will of the Most High, man. So the Most High is putting Russia into that warlike spirit. Now let's keep going. It says, "And I will bring thee forth all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia," which is Iran. Now these are all the allies of America. I mean, it's like all the allies of Russia. So, and it begins with what? Persia, which is Iran. And this is why we tell you that once Israel strikes Iran, shit is going to be on, because that's going to draw Russia and America fully into this thing. Because Iran is backed by Russia, and the state of Israel is backed by America. Once the state of Israel starts a conflict directly with Iran, it's going to pull the two big dogs into the battle, man. And Benjamin Netanyahu already told you that they are planning to strike Iran sometime in the near future. So this thing is ramping up. You see? And once that event takes place, because as it tells you, the least of the flock should draw them out, and it's already begun. Because of what the state of Israel is doing with those Palestinians, it's causing an uproar amongst all the nations, and it's drawing them into war. And the state of Israel is going to continue to poke and prod and do shit, and it's going to draw the nations further and further and further into war until it pops off fully. And there will be no turning back. But Ezekiel 38:5 says what? Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya, which are what? African nations. And we've seen over the past few years how Russia has been strengthening their relationship with those African nations, man. They just made a deal a couple weeks ago with the nation of Chad in Africa. But this is what it is. It says what? Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar of the north quarters, which is Turkey. So Turkey, which is now a part of NATO, is going to side with the enemy of America. Turkey is going to side with Russia, man. You see? Says what? And all his bands and many people with thee. The Chinese are going to side with Russia. And they're going to come up against America. But not only them, even the allies of America are going to turn upon this place. It tells you that in the book of Revelation chapter 17. The 10 horns shall hate the whore. The 10 horns represents the EU, the European Union. Something is going to take place where those allies of America are going to completely turn their back upon this place, and they are going to shoot missiles upon this place as well. And that's all in line with prophecy. You see? So yeah, Russia's going to spearhead it, but all the nations that have nuclear capabilities, they're going to come up against this place, man. Because the Most High has it out for America. So for all you dumbass Israelites out here talking about God bless America and that America is the promised land, you out of your mind, man. You don't understand prophecy. You don't understand the Most High's will. The Most High is about to burn this place up. You see? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to burn this place up and make an example of it. Matter of fact, let's get this real quick. Obadiah 1 and 7. Obadiah 1 and 7 says what? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, which are the allies of America, right, have deceived thee and prevailed against thee, and they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. You see, so the European Union, they're going to turn upon this place, man. An event is going to take place where the allies of America are going to side with the enemies of America. You see, and they're all going to join hand in hand, you see, with one goal in mind: to destroy Babylon the Great America with nuclear fire. That's what's coming. Let's jump to Revelation 17. It says what? Matter of fact, we'll start at verse 1. The doom of Babylon. Now, some people might say, well, this is talking about ancient Babylon. No, it's not. Because when you go into the history understand how ancient Babylon went down, it didn't go down by fire and brimstone. It went down by a preemptive strike. You see, when the Medes took it down, it didn't go up by fire and brimstone. That judgment was preserved for a place later in the future that will be known as the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great. And that place is talking about what? America. And if you are really that blinded by this place to think that this is a righteous place, that the Most High is for this place, you deserve to be destroyed right along with it, because there is nothing but wickedness that goes on here in the land of America up under this system of Edomite supremacy. Nothing but wickedness, man. Everywhere you look, wickedness is exalted, promoted, and propagated all through this land. Just like Sodom and Gomorrah before it, and that's why it's going to suffer the same fate as Sodom and Gomorrah before it, man. Fire and brimstone. Revelation 17:1 says what? We're going to get back to the article. Matter of fact, no, let's get this first. Revelation 17:1 says what? And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. That great whore that sitteth upon many waters is talking about America. And it sits upon many waters in many different ways. The waters represents the people. And what is America known as? The melting pot. This is the most diverse country on the planet. You can find every culture here in this land. That can't be said about any other place on the earth. You see? It also sits upon many waters how? By having all its military bases spread all throughout the earth. As far from Hawaii all the way to Japan. There's American military bases all throughout this planet Earth. That's another way this place sits upon many waters. Verse 2 says what? With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. The kings of the earth have what? Committed fornication with her by what? Adopting that US dollar, which is the world reserve currency. Let's just keep it funky, man. The US dollar runs the world. Once again, the US dollar runs the world. If you want to buy oil, guess what you have to buy it in? US dollars. This is why it's known as the petrodollar. You people want to live in a state of delusion so fucking bad because you don't want to accept the fact that America is Babylon the Great. One of the greatest empires to ever be erected on this planet Earth, and you don't think it's a part of biblical prophecy. You don't think it's a part of the Most High's will. This place just sprouted up and done all this shit in the earth, and you don't think the Most High had no part in it? This is all according to the Most High's will, man. It says what? And have made the earth drunken with the wine of her fornication. How has that happened? By all the wickedness that spews forth from this place. You see? America leads the way in wickedness on this planet Earth. And this is why you see what they're spreading their bullshit, democracy all throughout the place, all throughout the earth, which is a wicked, wicked form of government, man. Just a government that allows you to do what? Whatever you want to do. And this is why we see the earth in the condition that it's in now. America is pushing that forth, man. The Edomites are pushing that forth. Verse 3 says what? So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. That scarlet-colored beast represents NATO. The seven heads and the 10 horns goes into all of Esau's empires that he has on the earth. The 10 horns represents the EU. You see? The 7 heads represents what? The start of Esau's rulership, beginning with what? The Greeks, the Romans, the French, the British, the Spanish, Germania Major, Germania Minor, man. You see? Those are all Edomite empires. That represents the 7 heads. The 10 horns, once again, is the EU. Because it started off as what? 10 nations. Now, when we jump down to verse 15, Revelation 17-15, now here's the breakdown of it. He saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. What does that represent? That represents the melting pot known as America. Once again, you can find a great abundance of every culture here in this place. That's why it's known as the melting pot. You see? Once again, that can't be said about many other countries on this earth. They might have a sprinkle of different cultures there, but is very major here in the land of America. Take New York City, for example. Shit, and now with travel becoming so advanced, that can be said about almost majority of this country. This is the great melting pot, man. This is talking about Babylon the Great. Verse 16 says what? And the 10 horns, which is the EU, which thou sawest upon the beast, which is NATO, shall hate the whore, which is America, and shall make her desolate and naked, and eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Because what? The allies of America, the EU, they are going to fire nuclear missiles upon this place as well. You see? Adding to the destructive force that's going to make America desolate in 1 hour according to the Most High's will. Verse 17 says what? For the Most High, you see? For the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will. And what is the Most High's will? It's for America to be burned up and engulfed in nuclear fire. That's the Most High's will. This didn't happen to ancient Babylon, man. You see? This is a future prophecy that pertains to this land that we live in now, known as America, which will become the lake of fire that you read about in the book of Revelation. The lake of fire is not talking about a place up under the earth where you go and burn forever, or some place called hell. No, man. The lake of fire is what we live in now. You see? And we're waiting for it to be ignited by those missiles that are going to come in the midst of World War III. Revelation 17:17 says what? For the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, NATO, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. Because it all has to come to pass. The words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai have to come to pass, and that includes the destruction of this place known as America. And for all you Israelites who refuse to leave this place spiritually, mentally, guess what? You're going to be a part of this destruction that's coming as a punishment from the Almighty. Verse 18 says what? And the woman which thou sawest is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Now, what great city is that? Come on, man. Let's keep it funky. Let's keep it 100. What great city reigns over the kings of the earth? If you're being honest with yourself, you would say America. America is who's calling the shots in the earth. Let's be real, man. See, but a lot of you will deny this because you're still stuck on this bullshit facade of the American dream. This place is finished, man. The reason World War III is about to pop up because the Most High is going. The Most High is causing these things to happen so he can destroy this place. You see? Now let's go back to the article. So it says what? We are the only country in the world that can destroy the United States in 1 hour. And we know that it's going to be more than just Russia who has a hand to play in this. Every nation that has nuclear capability, they're going to fire their missiles upon America, man. We're going to get it. It says what? Margarita Simonyan, the editor of the Russian state-backed broadcaster RT, said in a clip of a Russian state television broadcast posted online by X. It is not clear when the clip was aired. And it don't matter because at the end of the day, it was still prophecy. And we're going to show you that. It says what? It is not clear when the clip was aired. Newsweek has reached out to the Russian Foreign Ministry for a comment via email. And that's her right there. You know what I'm saying? In the crowd. It says what? Russian state television frequently broadcasts inflammatory content and has repeatedly alluded to a nuclear confrontation with the U.S. And that's the spirit, because that's how it's all going to end. Russia is going to spearhead the destruction of this place, man. It's all according to the Almighty's will. See, you haven't heard the true understanding of these scriptures. That's why it's hard for you to believe, because you've been given this bullshit dogma of the pagan Christian church that's talking about peace and prosperity and God loves America. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. The only reason the Most High has allowed America to go on for this long is to fulfill prophecy. And now we're coming to the end of the Edomite Empire ruling on the earth. You see? And now it's time for this place to be destroyed. Why do you think there's so much nuclear war talk going on in the earth right now? It's the Most High stirring up the minds of these kings to fulfill his will according to what he prophesied he would do. So it says what? A key ally of Ukraine in its war against Russia, relations between Washington and Moscow have been strained throughout the nearly 2 years of war, with few prospects for an end to the conflict or a rapprochement, because the Most High, he doesn't want them to be on good terms. He wants the tension to continue to build between these two superpowers on the earth. And once again, the least of the flock, the state of Israel, is going to draw these two major big dogs into World War III. Just watch. The least of the flock is going to draw the world into this. Because once the state of Israel comes up against Iran in fullness, it's on. It's on. It ain't no going back. All according to the Most High's will, man. It says what? The U.S. and other countries providing arms to Ukraine have been concerned by the possibility of escalating the war in Eastern Europe and the often irate reaction from Moscow to new military aid pledges. You see that? They keep poking and prodding the bear and expect nothing to happen. But we know, as we just read in Ezekiel 38, that the Most High is about to rouse the bear up. And they're going to spearhead the destruction of this place known as America, man. You see? They're up here trying to put missiles and shit in Russia's front yard and expect them not to do anything about it. And that just shows you who's calling the shots. America's breaking all the treaties, doing what the fuck they want to do in the earth, and daring somebody to do something about it. That's that great city that ruleth over the kings of the earth, man. Because when any other nation tries to do that or rise up against America, what happens? They retaliate and shut shit down. Because America is Babylon the Great, the hammer of the earth, man. It goes on to say, in fall 2022, shortly after Russia annexed the Donetsk, Kherson, Luhansk, and I don't even know what the fuck that is, regions of southern and eastern Ukraine, the Kremlin said the territories fell under Moscow's nuclear arsenal. The four regions are where the bulk of frontline clashes take place. In 2019, ahead of the full-scale war breaking out, Russia state television broadcast a list of U.S. military facilities it said Moscow would target in a nuclear strike. You think they're just talking just to be talking? No, man. This shit is gonna lead to war. Nuclear missiles flying. Why? Because it's the Most High's will, man. It goes on to say, in May 2022, a Russian politician appearing on state media said Russia would need just 4 missiles to wipe out the east and west coast of the U.S. You see, but the Most High so cold with it, it's going to be overkill. The Most High tells you that he's going to rain 200 million thermonuclear warheads upon this place. The Most High is about to make an example out of America and the inhabitants of it, man. It says what a Russian political commentator also said in mid-2023 that the U.S. could be caught in the crosshairs of the war in Ukraine should it escalate to a nuclear conflict. State TV host Vladimir Solovyov, one of the most well-known figures in Kremlin-backed media, said earlier this month that Russia should strike the headquarters of NATO, which had supported Ukraine's war effort. Such a move would spark a far and wider war. In mid-January, former Russian president and deputy chairman of Russia's Security Council, Dmitry Medvedev, said that Ukrainian attacks on missile launch sites within Russian territory with U.S. or NATO-supplied weapons could provoke a nuclear response from the Kremlin. You see that? It's all going to lead up to nuclear war. This shall be with burning and fuel of fire, just like it told us in Isaiah 9 and 5. That's how this third world war is going to be fought. It says what? Russia and the U.S. collectively possess around 90% of the world's warheads. But the thing about the U.S. warheads, they're out of date. See, the Most High is giving Russia more advanced technology, and this is why they have hypersonic nuclear missiles that can avoid the U.S.'s nuclear missile defense systems. And that was all by the design of the Most High, because the Most High has it out for this place. If you're still believing that God is about to bless America, you're asleep, man. You're in La La Land. You're in a state of oblivion. There is nothing blessed about America. And you people are about to find out the hard way. Now, let's go back into prophecy. Let's get because there's so many places we can go. Let's get one of my favorites, Isaiah 13. We'll start at 17. Babylon will fall to the Medes. Now, once again, people will read this and say, "Oh, this is talking about ancient Babylon." But when we read this prophecy, you can see that it's not talking about ancient Babylon, because once again, ancient Babylon did not go out by fire as Sodom and Gomorrah did. This is a future prophecy pertaining to the land known as America. You see, which is Babylon the Great in the Bible. Isaiah 13 and 17 says what? Behold, I will stir up the Medes, which is Russia, against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for their gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children, because when these missiles are launched, they're gonna destroy indiscriminately, man. They don't give a damn about a woman being pregnant. They don't give a damn about a newborn or an elderly person. They don't care if you're a man, woman, or a child. When these warheads start to rain from the heavens, anyone who's left on the soils of America is going to be completely melted by this nuclear fire. Verse 19 says what? And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, this is America, man, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, if this is talking about ancient Babylon, go into the records, go into the history, because it would be recorded, and show us where ancient Babylon fell as Sodom and Gomorrah did. All the scholars will tell you that Sodom and Gomorrah fell by what? Fire and brimstone raining from the heavens. When did ancient Babylon suffer that? It never did, because this prophecy doesn't pertain to ancient Babylon. It pertains to Babylon the Great, because as we go on, it says what? As the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, which was by what? Fire and brimstone. This time it's going to come in the form of nuclear warheads. 20 says what? It shall never be inhabited again. So like it shall never be inhabited. Now, ancient Babylon is modern day Iraq. You see a land over 3 million people in it. You see? So how does this prophecy pertain to ancient Babylon, which is modern day Iraq? If ancient Babylon had suffered this, there would be no Iraq today. Did they not just? Did the U.S. not just strike Iraq last week? Of course they did. It was in the news. If this prophecy was pertaining to that land, there would be no strikes in that land because no one would be living there. The place that's never going to be inhabited again is talking about the land of America. Everything in this place is going to be burned the fuck up. Like the Apostle Peter told us, the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and everything in this place is made by elements, including your flesh. Everything is going to be melted and dissolved in this place as if it never existed. This is what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has prepared for the land of America and the people that live in it. And the only ones who will escape this is the elect of the nation of Israel. The 1/3 being saved from this land known as America. It says what? Isaiah 13:20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. You see that? It says it will never be inhabited from generation to generation, meaning forever. Ain't no more, and wouldn't be no more heathen setting up shop, shawarma shops, ramen shops, smoke shops, no more gas stations, grocery stores. Everything in this place is going to be burned up. You see? So how is this place blessed? It's not. It's cursed, man. Verse 21 says what? But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures. And owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there, and the wild beasts of the island shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. And this is what we're witnessing in the earth. The time for the destruction of America is drawing near. And it would not go one day past the day the Most High ordained this place to be destroyed. America has an expiration date stamped upon it and is fastly approaching. How do we know? Because we see the signs of the times. We know that everything that's taking place in the Middle East is going to lead up to World War III. It must be because the Most High spoke it. And if it doesn't come to pass, that will make the Most High lie. But we know and understand, according to what's written in Scripture, that the Most High cannot lie. It's impossible for him to lie. And everything that he said, he's going to do it. You see? Let's get it somewhere else. Hell yeah. Jeremiah 51, if I ain't mistaken. Let's see what we got. Listen to this. Man. We'll start at verse 9. Jeremiah 50:9 says what? For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows, which represents those nuclear missiles, shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. You see that? When these missiles are shot, their destination is going to be set for America, and they're going to do exactly what the Most High created them to do. Like we just read in Isaiah 54:16, he's created the waster to destroy. That's what these missiles were created for. Not to just sit in the silos forever. They're going to be used in the midst of World War III, and America's fate is to be completely engulfed in that fire that's coming. Let's get... Yep. Second Ezra 16:13 says what? For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth for sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. You hear that? The arrows that the Most High is going to shoot is what? Those represents the ICBM missiles. And where he's going to shoot them, where is he going to shoot them? Into the ends of the world. From one country to another, hence why they're termed ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, being shot from a country like Russia from Russia to America, being shot from one end of the earth to the other end of the earth. This is what the Most High has said to befall this place, man. You see? Verse 10 says what? In Chaldea, Babylon the Great, America, shall be a spoil, and all that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because this is the land where we've been held captive, and they refuse to let us go. It says what? Because you are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls, your mother shall be so confounded, she that bare you, which represents Great Britain, shall be ashamed, because once again the allies of America are going to turn upon this place. It says what? Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. What's the hindermost of the nations, man? The sun rises in the east and sets where? In the west, here in America. This is the hindermost of the nations. This is this is the furthest west you can go. This is the ass end of the earth, man. And it says what? This place is going to become a what? A wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Why? Because that nuclear fire is going to completely engulf this place and burn everything up. Verse 13 says what? Because of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And that is talking about what? All the nations that have nuclear capability. You see, they have nuclear missiles. They're going to fire their arrows, their missiles upon this place. Why? Because this land has greatly sinned and transgressed against the Most High. You see? So now it's time for this place to be punished. You see? Verse 15 says what? Shout against her round about. She hath given her hand. Her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down. For it is the vengeance of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Take vengeance upon her, as she have done, do unto her. So there's nothing good coming to the land of America, man. And all these different events we see going on in the Middle East is going to lead up to the complete desolation of America by way of nuclear fire, as the Most High has prophesied. And we'll wrap it up on this right here, man. Revelation 18. Let's get it. Revelation 18:1, it says what? Babylon is fallen. America is fallen, man. And after these, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power. And the earth was lighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. You see that? It's talking about the same place we just read about in Isaiah 13. It also tells you the same thing in Isaiah 34. This is talking about what's going to happen to America, man. Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. That wine that's been pushing forth is the wicked doctrines and philosophies, the wicked way of life that America promotes. And a lot of nations are adopting it. That's a part of that wine, man. The kings of the earth committed fornication once again through what? That U.S. dollar. being in bed with this place. The merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies, because America is the number one consuming nation on the earth. All it does is consume. All it does is bring in imports. You see, this is a consumer-based nation, and all the nations are made rich off of this place. America is the cash cow of the earth, man. Verse 4 says what? And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues." And we have to come up out of this place spiritually, mentally, man. Departing from this place, knowing and understanding that this is not our rest. And when the Lord Yahushua returns, he's going to beam up the remnant into that chariot to escape the destruction that's coming. You see? Verse 5 says what? For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Once again, the Most High have a punishment set up for this place because of all the wickedness that goes on here. Everything that the Most High is against, America allows, man. And the people of America walk in that wickedness in great pride and boldness, having no fear of the Lord. You see, but that's about to change. Verse 6 says what? Reward her as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. And that's what America thinks. You people really think that there is nothing coming to this place. You really think the Most High is about to bless you. You think that at the end of World War III, America is still going to be standing, you see, and continuing on as a superpower. No, man. The world is about to witness the greatest fall of an empire that is ever seen since the time of Rome. The Most High is about to bring great sorrow upon this place, man. And it's already beginning. Verse 8 says what? Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. You see that? That day is coming, man, and it shall not be prolonged. Verse 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Because what? No more making money off of this place. No more sending your imports here to be sold and to be bought and consumed by the American people. It's going to be over. Verse 10 says what? Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And that falls right in line with what old girl said, or what old girl said falls right in line with what prophecy says, man. That this place will be destroyed in 1 hour. That's all according to the Most High's will. For in 1 hour thy judgment is come. That's all it's going to take. 5 centuries of building this place up. The Most High is going to erase it in 1 hour. You see? Verse call Allah Yahushua. Verse 11 says what? And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth that merchandise anymore. You see? You see? Because once again, the greatest consumer nation the world has ever seen is about to be burned up with nuclear fire in the midst of World War III. It says what? The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen, and purple and silk and scarlet, and all thine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, all manner of vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and of iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. This is what this place consumes on a daily. It's all going to be brought to naught in 1 hour. 1 hour is all it's going to take for this place to be erased as if it never was. The Most High is going to make an example out of America, man. Verse 14 says what? And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things, which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city, that was clothed in fine linen, and purple, and scarlet, and decked with gold, and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster, and all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by the sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And how does America get the majority of its imports? By way of ship, man, by way of the oceans. You see, all around this place, from the top of the East Coast all the way down to Florida, all the way through the Gulf of Mexico, all the way around Texas, all the way back up through California to the top to Alaska, man. It's all what? Ships bringing in merchandise on a daily. This is talking about America, not the Vatican. You see? What city is like unto this great city? Verse 19 says what? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate. You see that? What old girl said in that press conference, whenever she said it, fell right in line with what the Most High has told us is going to happen in prophecy, man. 1 hour is all it's going to take for America to become desolate, man. To show the power and might of the Almighty God, Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua. Verse 20 says what? For rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. And this is why we rejoice the way we do. Because nothing good has come from this country for our people, man. You're not supposed to be in the spirit of wanting this place to continue on. You're supposed to be wanting the Most High to avenge us on this place. And that's exactly what he's going to do. But the thing is, the only ones who are going to be saved out of this place is the remnant. Those who want the Most High to do this, man. Those who want the Most High's will to be done on earth as it is in heaven. And 2/3 of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you don't want to be saved from slavery. You don't want to be saved from captivity. You want to continue on in this place as if this is the kingdom of heaven. So since you're in that mindset, you refuse to repent, you refuse to come up out of this place spiritually and leave off all this bullshit that you've been taught here in this land, the Most High is going to leave you here and melt you, man. You see, the Most High is going to cook you niggas. Verse 21 says what? And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And this did not happen in ancient Babylon. This is future prophecy pertaining to the land of America. Babylon the Great, according to the scriptures. Great violence is going to fall upon this place, and it will never rise again. You see? Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voices of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. And no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of the millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of the prophets and of the saints and of all that was slain upon the earth. Because what? They have this, because of so much blood of the Israelites being shed in this land, from the time Christopher Columbus came over here to until now, this is how this land has to be taken out, by way of fire, so it can be purged. But it's never going to rise again, man. The Most High is about to avenge his remnant by destroying this place for all that is done unto us. And all of you Israelites who are fighting against it, you're going to be left here to be burned the fuck up, man. But this is what's coming. Once again, all these different things that we see happening between these nations in the Middle East is all going to lead up to World War III popping off. And in the midst of World War III popping off, nukes are going to be shot and America is going to receive the brunt of the destruction. All according to prophecy, according to what the Most High said he would do. And we're just here to let you know what's about to happen. So all you Israelites who are still in that spirit of talking about some God bless America and, make America great again, thinking that this country belongs to you. Hey, the Most High is going to leave you niggas here and he's going to melt you. You see? The only thing that awaits Babylon the Great is all hell breaking loose. You see? And the Most High is going to top it off by raining 200 million thermonuclear warheads upon this place. Thus saith the Bible. Thus saith Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So with that, I'm going to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful Akim out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai has created us to do. With that, I'm going to say Shalom, Wa, Abba, Babal.